everybody, One of Wisdom here, 2:47 a.m. The storm has passed, I've showered, an eternity went by, and Dr. Krankcase's top path, or as I prefer to refer to it, for the greater Goo'd, has actually finished processing. It is uploading, and thus I can continue my work. For whatever reason, there's especially I've noticed with Imaginators, look at his shadow down there, very menacing. There's a very good chance that when I come in and record while something is processing, I get like really bad frame rate issues sometimes to the point that it like glitches out the recording. Doesn't always happen, but it's happened with a great enough frequency. I'd rather not do it, and that takes a lot of time away from me. That said, what I want to do here, I'm not sure, I've probably done this and just didn't pay attention, but when I was at the entry to the academy, when I came back in here, I had to go get money for everyone again. I accidentally hit right trigger, and look, if you ever sit there, if you got a Skylander and you're like, man, I wish I had their Sky Chi power, where the frick is it? Did I miss the shrine somewhere? Have I not gotten to it? What's the deal? If it's locked down, you just hit right trigger, and it tells you it's in Sky Fortress, which we knew, but if you didn't. I also realize now, my apologies, I didn't already buy his upgrades, but good time to mention, what do you need to fully upgrade it? If you haven't watched my previous videos or listened to what I say or looked at my spreadsheet that I published for your convenience, base upgrades, 3,300, those are your first four. Path, 6,900 for the three, whether it's top or bottom. Soul Gem, 4,000. Add all that up and you get 14,200, so he'll be sitting with a little something in his pockets. Not that we can do anything with it in this game that I'm aware of, but maybe it'll pay dividends later on down the line. So, let's come in.
Let's go over your test results. Wait!
Oh, I own this nuts.
Not bad!
Yes, I'm sure. Okay. Alright, so, we've kind of covered everything here. I'm just going to quickly... What I love... I gripe a little bit about the training grounds, a lot about the training grounds, actually. And I do that out of my passion for the game, but something that is amazing is that we don't have a cutscene, and I can just fluidly switch. And I mean, we bought 4 upgrades in the time one cutscene would have taken in previous games, so they're on the right path there. Previously, in Skylanders research, we took this for the greater Goo'd. And I thought that it was going to come down to, between these two paths, the big showdown would be Gooing Big versus Goo Wouldn't Believe It. To my credit, I said I thought this would be the cooler looking path, and I thought it would be the more fun path that I would prefer. But my gut instinct, from what I've learned from previous Skylander games and upgrade paths, which I've done them all, is that anytime minions are involved, it is almost guaranteed to be the numerically superior path. And really just based on the fact right here that we get 3 at once and 6 overall, that is pretty much going to outpace everything, given the 13 hits of damage that they do. Let me go ahead and get back to my spreadsheet here. I mean, 13 hits... or 10 hits at 13 to 20. You are, however, this turned out to be an amazing, it sounds lame, but it is so worth your time. And then this turned out to be better than I thought. So needless to say, I love the top path, which I thought I would, but the pressure is now on. Will this deliver? Will this be Media Griffin versus Siren Griffin? Will it be the minions topping, the primary? It's kind of sad that we didn't ever see Spin Doctor, which I'm sure you have that song stuck in your head. If you missed the base upgrades, watch it. We talk about 3 different songs from 3 different eras of music. But, it's kind of a shame that that's... A, the duration wasn't increased, and B, the damage wasn't increased. Great scenario would have been duration and damage going up in one singular upgrade, which you would hope would have been on one of these, but it's basically primary versus tertiary. Although this ties in very nicely with the secondary attack, in my opinion. So a lot of pressure is here. We've got access to the Soul Gem because we don't have to re-find it. Note... I did not go back through Sky Fortress. It's 2:50 in the morning. I'm trying to crank these videos out so I'll have something for you during the holiday weekend because I won't be here. So, like, it's not like Wednesday night I can stay up until 5 a.m. and make 3 more upgrade videos. I've got to get them done, get them uploaded, get them scheduled. And the other thing is, I liked this path so well, I'm afraid if this one doesn't deliver, or even if it is like a Juggernaut path, but I just personally liked the top path better, I don't want to have to have gone and gotten this unlocked again at Sky Fortress, left that level, come back here, buy these 3, reset him again, and then have to go back and do it. So, if it was a situation where we had the game completed, or we'd introduced everyone, or all the characters were out, yeah, but that really just, anytime I have to go and get these characters money, it's easy to do, but the way I have to position myself on the floor, leaning over an ocean of castaway Skylanders we're using in the blind playthrough, and then, I always have to get into the traps to, maximize things. It's not comfortable or fun. And so I don't feel like going back in there until we know we've got the path. So if you're curious about the Sky Chi, it's pretty simple. I showcased it not only in For the Greater Good, but also in the base upgrades for you. Goo Goo Gashu, which it's a reference to, in my opinion, it would have to be. If not, it's one heck of a coincidence. But the Beatles' I Am the Walrus, again, I elaborate on that in base upgrades if that's something you're interested in. But basically, it's 7 seconds. He shoots 16 to 24, and then the only thing that'll suck here, well, actually, it shouldn't change it at all. But we can see, because with the top path, this actually jumps from 16 to 24 damage to 22 to 33 damage by way of gooing big. But we're going to come in here, and we're going to take Builder of Bots, which will improve our hat bot attacks. Let's go ahead and take it. And this right here, pretty straightforward. What we're doing right now, when we got this, you press Y to throw a hat bot. You can have one of them. Okay, they do 13 to 20 damage, and they can do a maximum of 10 hits at 13 to 20, so 130 to 200 essentially. Right here, if you spin into hat bots, oh, and then I should mention that after that they explode at 54 to 81. So 13 to 20, well, there's an impact hit. 27 to 41, 13 to 20 10 times, and then they explode or detonate 54 to 81. If you spin through one, it will automatically enter explosive mode, but it's sort of like gets this red ring around it, it tracks down the closest enemy, and then it auto detonates. So that's what all spun up does. And then right here, it was pretty significant of a deal, because instead of just having one active, you can have up to 3 active at the same time. And obviously, take all those numbers I gave you, 27 to 41, 13 to 20 10 times, and 54 to 81, and multiply it all by 3, and that's a whole lot of damage going on. And what do we get right here? Well, you throw 3 at once, which that's fantastic, but you can do that twice and have 6 active at the same time. So now take 27 to 41, 13 to 20, and 54 to 81 times 6. It's basically doubling up what we had with the base upgrades right off the bat. 1,700 is the price. Now, what I'm curious about, I want to make sure it still hits an enemy and does 27 to 41. So, yes. And now my little minions will do the work while I just stand here and look pretty. You can enjoy my idle animations. Watch them do their 13 to 20. Oh, they already eradicated him. So you get the idea. Their explosions didn't even have to matter. But we will throw that. Now let's spin through this guy. Oh. There we go. Well, there's many ways to kill the dummies, as you can see. I'm trying to just spin into one of them. Yes, yes, yes. Wayward Soul. Wait, 65? Did something go up? 27. They're still doing 13.
Nice.
Oh, man. Ah, okay. Let me chuck them over here. Yes. 65, really? Where are the others? Oh, there you are.
What can I say?
Oh. So 65 is a crit, though. What's up with that? Huh. Are they... What's the deal? Okay, I need clearly to get more of these guys in here. Huh. What's the deal? So they're exploding at 54. Still. Yeah. I don't really understand. Where's the 65 coming from? You, sir. Detonate. Didn't see the number, of course. Come on. Oh, couldn't see it. Oh, jeez. You know, I intend to throw it away so I can just hit one of them. 54. What on earth did that 65 come from?
A surgical strike.
Huh. Well, I'm gonna leave it at 54, but I swear I saw a 65. Oh, was it from... No? Huh. The only 65 we have is from Splats All, folks. I don't recall ever incidentally shooting a gun in this scenario. Huh. Yeah, well, I can't really explain that, but I swear I saw a 65, so it seems to be normalizing back to the 54 to 81 that we knew previously, so that's what I'll stick with. So throw 3 at once, 6, max, max of 6 active. So same damage numbers. Let's do one more round.
Get 'em, clones!
Huh. Yeah, that was 54 every time. So, you know, right there, that's really my 43 to 65. So, I don't remember going through puddles. Maybe we did. I don't know.
As you can see, I have
I feel good with 5481 still. So basically, exactly the same damage numbers. We can just have 6 of them, and you throw 3 at once. So, goo bots. When hat bots expire, they explode, leaving behind a goo puddle. Alright, so let's get this thing. Now, we're going to have to look at 3 at the same time. But basically, these guys run around and they take care of business, or they just stand idle. And there's our explosions. Now, can we slide through that? Yes, we can. So it's beneficial in that sense, and probably that sense only, because, quite frankly... Whoops, I was meaning to press. No, I'm hitting all the wrong buttons. So we've got 6 of these guys active, which I may need to get more dummies in there. I have such a hard time seeing the attack damage. Okay, it's still 43. Let's make sure. I'll just stand here and dump more of these in, and we'll wait for these things to detonate. So you get the idea. I mean, with 6 of these active at the same time. Were those exploding at something greater than where we were? Here, let me just make you detonate. 76? I thought I had seen 76. Interesting. So I'm going to throw 3. And I want to hit just one, hopefully. 76. Where's the other guy? Where's he at? So seek and destroy. And he's stuck on the switch. 65 was not from that. This switch is really a problem. I'm not gonna lie. I've said it many times and continue saying it because it's true. Please enter the arena, gentlemen. Can we? $76. Huh. Ah.
Hats up!
Oh geez, they just kill him too fast. If we got the caustic damage from this path would be ridiculous. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with 76, so Goobots explode at 76. Half of that, 38, 76 and 38 is going to be 114, right? 70 and 1, yeah, 114. So that's a significant jump. We went from 5481 to 76 114. Explode at 76 to 114. Leave goo puddle. Sadly, the goo puddle, does nothing, but it is something that we can spin through. Let me go ahead and get all these dudes active to explode. Will they get here? No, they don't. Okay, here we go.
They just got a case of the Krankcase.
Alright.
Let's go over your test results. Wait, these are my stats.
So, double it up, throw 3 at once, have 6. They leave goo behind, and also our damage went up to 76 to 114 upon the explosion. Otherwise, still 27 to 41 when they impact, like you throw it into someone's face. 10 to 20 when they spin. Now, though, and this might be where the goo puddle comes in, Hatbots exposed to goo become extra strong. Let's go ahead and buy that. And what we want to do is, let's actually chuck these dudes first. Let all 3 of them get in here to me. Gonna get an enemy. I'm gonna shoot. Oh, they're all 3 in goo. What? What was that, 136? Okay, let's just... Surely we'll be able to see something. 23 to 35. Explode. Okay, couldn't see the number, but it looks impressive. So, Goo'd weather, they're gonna do... bots now do... Actually, we need to see if they do more than... I don't think they will. I think it'll still be 27 if we hit someone. Yeah. 27 to 41. And then...
What can I say? I love my
What were they doing? 23 to 35, right? Lovely. Yeah. 23 to 35. I'll assume it's still 10x. And then... Oh, just missed it. That's crazy, right? Okay. I swear. Okay. Pretty sure it'll still be the 10x, but I'm thinking that's a 136. And half of that would be, what, 68? 60 and 120, 128, 136. So 68, 136, and 68 is going to be 204, right? Yeah. On the critical side, if we ever see it, but note, I'm going to attempt to find it, and I'm going to try to use Seek and Destroy. So, I'm going to shoot the goo over here. I'm going to throw Hatbots. That guy went through the goo. Now, 2 of them went through the goo. And I just want to see what they detonate at. 136. I feel good with what we saw there. Okay, I Seek and Destroy. Get him. 76. Come on. So does Seek and Destroy not change? This is crazy. Chuck. Shoot. Seek and Destroy. No, 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 no. Oh, frick this stupid arena. I saw 76 though. So, we've got to keep our hat boss up here. I'm going to shoot them. Alright. I want you, sir, to detonate. 76.
They just got a case of the Krankcase.
But, if these guys are not forced to seek and destroy, they don't do 76, they do 136. Wait, I saw 76 again. What's the deal?
Get him,
I mean, seriously? So what is the problem? We're still doing the 23 to 35. Oh, good grief. This is a horrible experience trying to document this. I like it, it's just I don't like documenting it. Do you do extra damage if you have 6 active? Is that what I'm missing? Okay. Why? Puddle, 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 puddle. All you guys are charged up. They're still doing 23. But if 6 are active, do we get a bigger... I saw bigger explosions there, so it must be having 6 active. So now what we have to test is I need to get all 6 in here and then seek and destroy and see if we get the bonus damage. Because that makes no sense to me. But I feel like they're all charged. No, 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 no. These dumb enemies. These stupid enemies. That was 76 though. What is the deal, man? Why? Pound, 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 pound. Seek and destroy. 76. I don't, something is just, so what do I do when I get frustrated? We just spam the primary. Again, benefit for the top path. Bots now do 23 to 35 10x, sometimes 136 to 204 on explosion. I mean, I can't explain it when we have the previous as well. It's just, it's not consistent with what we need to see here. Alright, so seek and destroy this guy. And they were doing 77 to him? Where do these numbers come from? Can you shoot them multiple times and they do insane damage? They're still doing 23. 77? 76? What is up with the 77, for frick's sake? And I wish I could just get one hat bot at a time, In fact, get out of my face, dummy. Got something I need to do. Alright, I'm gonna throw these guys. I want you to seek and destroy. And I want you to seek and destroy. The other guy, I do not. Oh, geez, 76. This is gonna be just ridiculous to figure out. Okay, what are these guys gonna do? There was the 100-something. I mean, why do we have it? I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna try to keep enemies in here. I saw 136s there. Huh. I don't know. I mean, you tell me what's different than one time or the other. I don't know if you can shoot them twice and the damage goes up, but you would think the 23 to 35 would jump as well. So that's very strange. I'm not arguing with the increase in damage. I just honestly don't know what it is that we're doing that distinguishes us from the previous 76 114 to jump up to 136. I don't know where that extra 60 is coming from. That said, we've got one thing left to showcase, which is the Soul Gem. Again, if you want to see the Sky Chi, it's in the base upgrades, along with some really funny stuff, and it's also in the top path for the Greater Good. So, here we go. Shoot Goo the Heart. Hold X to charge up a gigantic Goo Shot attack. It's roughly a 1.5 second, 2 second charge time is all. This is what it will look like. It's ready to go at that point in time. And it leaves basically 5 functional puddles. You can have up to 7 that I've been able to see in our limited space in this game. But what I mean by 5 functional puddles, you can actually, slide through them and do your extra damage at 4365. Now, the big question here, on the previous path for the Greater Good, the top path that focuses on the primary attack, this thing did 135 to 203. What will this one do? Same thing. That's great. I was gonna be a little sad if it didn't do that. So anyway, I'm gonna seek and destroy all 3 of these guys. Where is the 77 coming from anyway? This guy. 136. You tell me. The 77, the 136. I mean, it seems like Seek and Destroy might actually trigger the 77 before it detonates. So I'm going to shoot these guys. We're going to get an enemy, and I'm going to have them Seek and Destroy. They did 77 on like some touch damage, and then 76 on the explosion. So, I mean, okay, 76. Why? Couldn't tell you. I don't know if it's if they go through their own goo it happens or something. I saw the 77s again. I'm tired. It's 3:14 in the morning, but I'm just not seeing anything conclusive to say, hey, that's when you trigger this extra damage. So yeah, I have to say, can I definitively say this is better? Well, if I were to add up the damage numbers, it probably would be. Just because of the instances of damage they do. The impact at 27 to 41, and then we've got the spin damage 10 times, which has now gone up if they're shot. And then we've got the explosive damage, which is sometimes 136. We have those strange 77s that are thrown in seemingly randomly. I think it would be numerically higher. However, for the Greater Good, thanks to Caustic Effect, it becomes pretty crazy. I'll be honest with you. I think that, like I predicted, this bottom path is going to do more damage. However, I kind of think I prefer the top path. It suits my playstyle. It's kind of more what I like. Let's just go ahead and
Pull sharp and let me the keys to his phone. Just need a
wanted
good
to skip that. Okay. Alright, so let's try to figure it out here. I'm so desperate for change, I've come down here. So first thing first, let's get these guys in. They do attack the dummies. I want to see what they explode at. 136. What the frick? Okay, so now let's throw them over here, and I'm only going to shoot one of them. And I want to see if we see 136s or what. I think I saw straight up 76s. I don't know why he was still taking damage. Those don't really do damage here. Let's take a look at the soul gem just for fun. Sweet. And then, like I said, you can slide through there. Alright. Just gonna gooify everybody. Let's see what we see. 76 or 136? I primarily saw 136 mixed in with that. So now, we're gonna... Let's go ahead and like coat the ground a little bit. And I'm gonna check these guys, and these guys. And we're gonna hit everybody. And I'm gonna seek and destroy these fools. There's our 77s. Okay. So half of 77 is what? 38 would be 76, so 39. 77 and 39 would be 116. I saw a 114, I thought, which would be half of 76. Why do we get the different numbers? I mean, okay, seek and destroy, my friends. It makes no sense to me. Like, what is triggering it? That guy landed right in the goo. So did he. They exploded at 76. He did 136. So now, we're gonna do this. Spun through all three, right? I guess at least two. 76 on them. Now, will he do 136? Yes. Okay. So there we go. All three of them have been shot. Will they all three do 136? The great thing here is the dummies don't die. They just record numbers. Yes. But I've seen instances where this wasn't the case. So, it meant really, I don't know. Who knows what to say here. Explode at 76. So...
Let's
Pause.
go over your test results. Wait! These are
Okay,
my
this one's
stats.
simple. Throw
Not
3 at a
bad.
time. Can have as many as 6 active. Leaving the puddle of goo behind makes sense. They're exploding at 76 to 114. Which I've seen like one instance or two instances of the critical on that side. And they leave a goo puddle. Good weather. They do 23 to 35 10 times. Sometimes 136 to 204 on explosion, which is maybe, let's call it standard explosion. On standard explosion, sometimes 136 204 on standard explosion. They seem to stick to the 76 to 114 on seek and destroy, with 77 to what did we say that would be? 38, 5, 39, 116 additional damage. I really can't explain it any better than this, so I'll attempt to recap it one more time, the craziness that this path is. So, final base upgrade, you can throw 1, 2, 3. You have to do them singularly, but you can have up to 3. Bottom path, Builder of Bots, Upgrade 1, Hatbot Havoc. You throw 3 at once. If you do it twice, you have 6. You can have 6 Hatbots on the screen. If you throw another 3, the first 3 will expire at that point in time. Nothing else changed. No increase in damage. Nothing. Just 3 at a time, 6 total. Goo bots, when they explode, they leave a puddle of goo behind. And instead of exploding at the previous instance of 54 to 81, they're now exploding at 76 to 114, and then they leave the goo puddle, which again, if there's another 3 Hatbots or another one around, it would really have to be from a second set, a second throw, because they should time out at the same time. They could go through there and they could become the supercharged Hatbots, right? So 76 to 114 and a goo puddle. And then Goo wouldn't believe it, the little glowing green acidic guys, when they've been shot or gone through goo, whichever it may be, they will do 23 to 35, presumably for the 10 hits of damage like they did in the past. When they explode standard style, there's a possibility that they will do 136 to 204. It seems to be the majority of the time, but I don't think all the time. Then, if you do Seek and Destroy by using Spin Doctor through them, they will still detonate at the previous Goobot number of 76 to 114. But, before they, like, if I do Seek and Destroy, we slide through a charged Hatbot, and then it moves up to an enemy. Before it detonates at 76 to 114, it'll do 77 damage. And I don't really know why. Like, it's just kind of standing there, and it does like 77, and then it detonates. I can't explain it. And then, of course, the Soul Gem is the same as it was previously. So, let's go ahead. Let's see, we got our 27 to 41. We do. Cool. We got this guy. I'm going to Seek and Destroy. He fell. Seek and Destroy. See those 77s? And then he exploded at 76. I'm going to shoot that guy. I'm going to Seek and Destroy with those two. So they're going to detonate and get out of our way. 76 it even registered. If this guy explodes, he did 136. I am thinking, and I could be wrong, but I'm going to go ahead and say the way it's supposed to be. If you Seek and Destroy, which is do this through the little Hatbot, 76 is what they explode at. If you do not, if they go for their full cycle of 10 hits, 136 is what the standard explosion damage would be. So it's better to not Seek and Destroy with them, in other words. However, if you Seek and Destroy, like this, that guy is going to go right up there, and look at that 77. Why is he doing that? I don't know. There was a 116, which is from the 77. There seems to be some element of damage that they've not talked about that these guys do right before they explode, which they quit spinning. You know, their attack is to spin like we do when they do the 23, and yet if I throw them out here, watch them, they're going to go and they spin, and they do 13. If I hit them with the goo, they do 23. Then when these guys explode, 76. Do they all three have to be? I mean, this path is about to get reset just because it's extremely frustrating to try and document. So previously we had determined that these guys would detonate at 136. And they did this time. But just a second ago, they didn't. I don't know if everyone on the screen has to be covered. Let's try that. I'm just going to shoot that guy. 2 of them. Oh, dadgum, all 3 of them. Well, let's see what they do. 136. I mean, like, doesn't make any sense. So, I'm going to throw 3. I'm going to shoot. And now I'm going to auto-detonate with those 2. See the 77? And then they did 76. Now, will this guy stay here? He did 136. You've seen it. You call it however you want to. And I'm going to leave it at that, because it's 3:25 in the morning and I have a real job that I have to go to. I mean, it's great having the damage. The 77 and the extra 136, that's plus 60 over the regular explosion. It's just not consistent, but I honestly think we've made the most sense out of it that we can. And I do believe that this would be the better path numerically in terms of damage numbers, primarily because we've got 6x. However, I honestly think I like the top path better personally. And it's not because it does more damage, it's just because I like it. I like it a lot. And I kind of like the aspect of just getting to control having 1, 2, or 3. Although, I mean, if you're a rookie player, oh geez, that scared me. My phone was so loud. If you are a rookie player, Oh, and see how those guys got the goo from the first 3 that exploded? You know, if you're a rookie player or you're in a situation where you have a limited number of Skylanders and you're struggling to beat Doomlanders or Chaos or something, Builder of Bots is the path to take, in my opinion, because what you can do is just have 6 of these guys active at all times, and then they kind of go and do the dirty work for you, and you stay back and enjoy it, or just fire your soul gem the whole time, whatever it may be. But the way I play, and since he is a quick shot, I mean, I kind of feel inclined to possibly reset him and take the path. It's just the only thing that's holding me back is it's a pain to reset and get money. Really. But the one downfall with Krankcase, and I can exhibit it the best here, you know, like if we had Wolfgang or Hex or somebody, they like shoot across the screen, right? And they would pluck this guy. But note with him, he's kind of got, like I mentioned in the base upgrade, sort of a lob shot. Whoa, I was not holding X there. But see how we don't hit the dummy from there? Of course, he's still, I mean, this is way better range than, like, say, you know, Tri-Tip that we need to be here. But to Tri-Tip's credit with Krankcase, I mean, I feel like we could 1, 2, 3 and hit that guy at least twice. Nonetheless, I will quit rambling. Let me know your thoughts. Which path do you prefer and why? Can you make sense out of this, the 77 that you get as additional damage when they go into Seek and Destroy and they basically just stand here? You know, it's like, here's the deal. They spin and do 23, and you're like, oh, cool. And then you put them into Seek and Destroy mode, and they just, like, walk up to him. Instead of doing this, and doing 23, they just kind of stand here, and it's like, 77, 77. And then they blow up. Now, the explosive side of that makes perfect sense to me. But just like, damage, 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 damage. Oh, hi, 77. Oh, hi, 77. Explosion, 76. Where the heck is the 77 coming from? I mean, you know, like they haven't blown up. I don't know. That's confusing. It's great, but confusing. I still hope that we can someday ride in Sharpfin's ship, and I'm kind of sad we haven't seen Sharpfin yet. But, well, maybe we have. Was he in the start? I can't remember. But he's not been a prominent character. I'm also still waiting for my man T-Bone. But I'm going to quit rambling. If you want a bonus brick in the Wall of Wisdom, comment with hashtag BattleBot. Hashtag BattleBot will get you a bonus brick in the Wall of Wisdom. That's something I do in my Wisdom Plays Minecraft solo series. It's basically an in-game shout-out for you, and it's a community-based build. How tall, how high, how wide, how long the Wall of Wisdom stretches is entirely up to you. And I will leave it at that. oneofwisdom.com, SkylanderClub.com. You can follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Like me on Facebook. Circle me on Google+, whichever you prefer. And I do want to know your feedback on this. Which path do you prefer for Krankcase and why? I very well may reset this guy. I do feel like this would be the higher output, but there's just something about caustic effect that I really like, so I don't know. Nonetheless, thanks so much for watching. For myself and Dr. Krankcase, we will catch you back here for more Willikin action in Skylanders Imaginators research.